We welcome you to this broadcast of girls varsity basketball on NKTelco Sports. We're at Jackson Center High School where the Minster Wildcats will take on the Jackson Center Tigers. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Pratt Industries, Widener's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, Allen Ball Insurance, and NKTelco. Along with Jeff Henson, I'm Dave Kanapke. Again, we're at Jackson Center High School where the Tigers will be hosting the Minster Wildcats. Minster Wildcats on the season, Jeff, they're 3-5. They went their really tough stretch. They lost 4 in a row, which was very rare for Minster, but they rebounded with a good game against Anna on Saturday.
Yes, they did. They had a murderous schedule there, and it's something they prepared for. They lost to some of the big hitters, if you will: Russia, Coldwater, Liberty, Benton, Marion Local, Fort Loramie, and Parkway. Those teams have very few losses, maybe 1 or so losses in total. And they competed with those games. And sometimes you lose. Sometimes when you lose those tight games, you just learn a lot more. It's an easy way for a coach to teach when you lose to a good team like that. So they bounced back and got the big win against Anna. So they'll look to build on that tonight, a non-conference game before Christmas, and look to get kind of that winning streak and that mojo back as they go through the break and then come back for another difficult set of games after the new year.
Jackson Center Tigers, they are 4-4 in the season, 1-3 in the Shelby County League. Jeff, they've won 3 of their last 4 and 2 in a row. Yeah,
it took them a while to get back-to-back wins on the season. I've had their games against Perry, New Knoxville. Those are the ones they've won, and I see them grow. They're physical. They're not real deep. They don't have a huge staff of players, but they're young and they continue to get better. And they need a little bit of confidence. And a win against Minster, a storied tradition, if you will, of Minster's success might be what these young Tigers might need. But they're hungry. They get after it. So I'm excited to kind of see how these two schools collide tonight, and both looking for the W's here late in December.
The Minster of the MAC, Jackson Center, Shelby County League will pause for the national anthem here on NKTelco Sports.
I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Welcome back. We're about to introduce our Emerson Climate Technologies. Starting on first for the Wildcats. Starting off, point guard number 3, senior Katie McClurg. Another senior, 5'10", senior Casey Albers. Lydia Mesher getting her first start, a 5'10", junior, number 12. Morgan Sparks, number 13, 5'7", senior. And rounding out the lineup, number 14, Lily Barhorse, the leading scorer at just over 10 points a game. Head coach is Mike Wiss, assisted by Leanne Eiding, Nan Steck-Scholey, and Shelley Wolf. Now for Jackson Center. Leading us off will be number 4, Jackson Center, junior. Next, junior or sophomore, Presley Reese. Number 14, McKinley Reichert, sophomore. Heidi Biederman, leading scorer along with Reichert, junior. Rounding out the starting line, Macy Klopfleisch, number 44, junior on the team. Head coach is Tiffany Brown, assisted by Keisha Bird, and JV coach is Peyton Esser for the Tigers. Jeff, while we got a minute, let's do our keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Let's start with the visiting Wildcats.
Well, they want to put pressure on the ball. Their JV squad did it in the first game and made it really difficult for the Tigers to run offense. So look for Minster's varsity team to do the same with ball pressure and also points in transition. The ability to score quickly, take advantage of those steals and capitalize on them. And then moving feet on defense. Make one or two and get a stop on the offense. Don't let them penetrate. Keep your body in front of the offense. So that's the keys for Minster. And for the Jackson Center Tigers, they need to limit turnovers. They know Minster is going to pressure. They want to limit the turnovers against them and be aggressive on offense. Take the ball at the Wildcats, force the action, and they also want to pressure the ball. They like to play aggressive as well, so they're going to try to force the Wildcats into some, difficult offensive situations.
Again, those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. That followed by our Emerson Climate Technologies starting lineups. The tip was controlled by the Tigers. It was tipped out of bounds. Inbounding is Presley Reese to McKinley Reichert. Shot back iron. Long rebound to Grace Springer. Tigers a third chance here at this possession. Reese trying to drive the leading leads the Tigers in assists, let's say that.
Yeah, Reichert. I like how you said that. Sister.
Maybe she is an assister. Shot up, 3 ball there by number 20, Biederman. Ball goes out of bounds. This time it'll go to the Wildcats.
Couple looks there, Dave, for the Tigers, and the pressure didn't seem to bother them too much. They had nice-looking shots, but come away without points. And like I said, you can do a lot of things right, but if you don't score, that's the big one, if you will, that you've got to capitalize on and be more efficient at it.
Wildcats on the attack. Underneath the Lydia Mesher, getting her first start and gets the first points here tonight.
She played very nicely in the JV game, scoring 8 points. And just on moves like that, she's strong, attacked the basket, and finished with a nice shot off the glass on a beautiful pass. And her first 2 points of the game.
Prenger gives it up to Biederman. We get a Macy Klopfleisch against Barhorse. Took one too many steps.
There's a little bit of that pressure defense as Macy Kluffenstein with the first turnover. She just kind of hesitated a bit, and first turnover of the game.
There's Albers on the wing. Barhorse leading scorer, just under 10 points. Spin move through the lane, hounded by Kloffenstein. Mesher in and out on her shot at the elbow.
Good defense by Kloffenstein down there on Barhorse. I thought Barhorse had a nice move.
They will call a travel there as McKinley Reichert bobbled the ball through the lane.
Tough break for her, but on the other end, I really thought Barhorse was going to have a nice step, like a nice drop step move. And boy, Kloffenstein did a nice job maintaining possession, keeping good defensive posture, and forced a pass out, if you will.
Minster averages 37 points offensively, giving up 38. Probably a little lower scoring than normal. McClure shot off the backboard. Long rebound to Albers. She'll put it up. Can't get it to fall. Rebound there by Reese. Reese through the lane. Underneath, Reichert will put it in.
Assist from Reese. And you mentioned earlier she's her leading assister. But Reichert caught it, kind of got backwards. She made what was going to be an easy shot kind of difficult. Spun the other way, but long story short, Reichert, her first points of the game. She's one of the leading scorers for the Tigers. Her and Biederman, the top of the Tigers offense.
Barhorse in the corner. 3 seniors and 2 juniors in the lineup. Normally they have a sophomore. Addie Inskeep looks to be injured today. Hence this Lydia Mesher getting the start today. There's a 3 ball by McClurg, her 10th of the year.
Good decision there by McClurg, and good passing and a big bucket by McClurg, and another turnover.
Mesher, 2-on-1 to McClurg, and partially blocked there by Reese. Riker comes up with the rebound. Up ahead to Presley Reese. Off the glass and in.
Well, she gets rewarded, Dave. She did block that shot cleanly, and then she hustles down the floor. And those two change positions. Reichert this time with the assist to Reese. The time before was just the other way. Reese with the assist to Reichert.
5-4 Minster on our First National Bank scoreboard. First National Bank, think first. McClurg trying to set the offense. Man-to-man defense by the Tigers. Tigers in white. Wildcats in black, trimmed by orange. McClurg's shot is too long. Grace Springer with the rebound. Reese to Biederman. Nice ball movement to Reichert. Shot up, rolls off. Battle for the rebound. They're going to call a foul on the Tigers.
So many times you miss a shot, you'll be the one that commits the fouls. Reichert it was a difficult baseline shot, couldn't get the roll to go, and then being aggressive going after the rebound, commits her first foul. She needs to be careful. She is, one of the key performers, both not only offensively but defensively, that she doesn't pick up her next foul here quickly.
23, Lindy Hemmelgarn into the game. And also number 24, Kayla Lamb, senior and junior. And for Coach Mike Wiss, 7th year at the helm. 2 state titles under his belt. Now they have a 1-point lead halfway through this first quarter. Underneath Barhorse, too strong on the bank shot. Followed by Lamb, battling for the rebound, goes out of bounds. It'll be Tiger ball.
Couple nice looks. Barhorse had a nice shot, didn't drop, and give credit to Kayla Lamb, a 5'10 junior there to the offensive board. But again, the Cats come away empty and can't take advantage of those opportunities.
Reese drives through the lane. Rebound Barhorst. Pass ahead to Lamb. Reese comes up with the steal. See if a teammate can get it. Riker chases it down with a layup.
Nice job in transition, taking advantage of the steal. And boy, Biederman, you taste some blood, if you will. Now it's contagious. The defense just picks up pressure when you get a nice momentum play like that.
Yeah, Presley Reese is a great steal and had the presence to throw it to the Jackson Center front court, and Riker just chased it down.
Well, like I said, she is a physical player. She's got some quickness as Riker, and she can run, and you just throw it out, and you let your playmakers, if you will, go get it.
Presley Reese knocks it out of bounds.
I'll say it again. That last shot she took, Reese went to the basket. She shot left-handed. Again, I've seen him play about 3 or 4 times this year, and that's part of her repertoire. She's right-handed, but she does a lot of that penetrating and like that left-handed teardrop, and she's been successful on it, so a little bit good, if you will, going either way and then close shooting with either hand.
Hemmelgarn with the tray too long. There's Lamb for the rebound. It's blocked. Barhorse will follow and in.
Well, again, multiple looks, Dave. And the Wildcats take advantage of it.
30-second timeout. This gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors, Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Pratt Industries, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, Allen Ball Insurance, and NKTelco. Head coach Tiffany Brown of Jackson Center calls the timeout. All our timeouts this year sponsored by Precision Strip. A very competitive game. The Wildcats lead by just 1.
Yeah, it's been a lot of what we anticipated. Good strong play defensively. The offense has had its moments. I'd have to give the edge right now to the Wildcats. They only have the 1-point lead, but they seemingly have been able to attack the glass a little bit better. They haven't capitalized on it, but you think over time, those shots start dropping. That's been really the deficit of the Tigers, is their defensive rebounding, and now the Wildcats implement the full court press.
Reese to Reichert, and they break it to
nice
Biederman.
Job with passing.
Tipped away, and the Wildcats come up with the steal.
Yeah, the last pass was a bad one, but other than that, they were able to shift the defense out pass it, if you will. They can throw it faster than Minster's defense could rotate. Just didn't execute it in the final, let's say, near the basket area.
Sparks. Hemmelgarn will try another 3. That one was blocked. Well short is Reese with the rebound. Under 2 minutes to go here, first quarter. Tigers trailed by 1. Biederman is double teamed, goes off the teammate, stolen away. Hemmelgarn with the loose ball and will lose the handle.
Biederman, I think, caused that steal. She knocked it away, and the Tigers come up with a turnover. With the steal.
Pull up. Barhorse with the rebound. Sparks. Wildcats shooting has struggled this year, and there's underneath the Barhorse shooting under 30% on their field goals this year.
That's a good note. We'll keep an eye on that. I'm saying here in the first quarter, they're about that rate right now.
Lamb just inside, gets the friendly roll around and in.
It's not always maybe, Dave, about the field goal percentage, but if you can offensive rebound well, it's more about the possession. So, Coach Wiss doesn't mind 30% as long as you come away with the points in the possession.
Yeah, that's a good point. If you get a good offensive rebounds, and there's a steal by Barhorst.
Read that long pass. I mean, that diagonal pass is good, but you got to be able to snap it. And a lot of times, athletes at this level can't maybe make that diagonal pass crisp enough, and that allows the secondary defense, if you will, to basically, quote, intercept it.
Lamb gives it up to Hemmelgarn. Work it around the perimeter. 35 seconds to go. Plenty of time in this possession. They go underneath the Barhorse. Nice spin move in.
Back-to-back baskets by Lily Barhorse her last 2 attempts as Wildcats improving on that field goal percentage a little bit here the last couple possessions.
Pranger's wide open, pulls up a shot. Klopfenstein has position, loses it, and ends up the Tigers still with the ball with 10 seconds to go. Reichert in, McKinley Reichert.
Soft shot there, Dave. Well, you saw the form, the execution.
Half-court shot by McClure, hits the back iron. We've played 1 quarter basketball here at Jackson Center on our First National Bank scoreboard. Minster 11, Jackson Center 8. We'll be back with quarter number 2 here on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Kemmler Orthopedic Center is focused on a personalized, caring approach to treat all aspects of orthopedics, including total joint replacement, shoulder reconstruction, stem cell injections, and more. Dr. James Kemmler and Jed Cooney, certified PA, are dedicated to providing the best orthopedic care in the Grand Lake region. Kemmler Orthopedic Center has offices located in Salina and Van Wert, along with extended evening hours. To schedule an appointment, call our office at 419-586-5760.
1 quarter in the books here on our First National Bank scoreboard. The Wildcats lead the Tigers by 3.
Yeah, the Wildcats, I still think they're only up by 3, but they seem to maybe have dominated the quarter a little bit more. But, boy, the Tigers, were efficient when they got shots off. The Tigers commit 6 first-quarter turnovers. That hurt their offense, but when they got a chance, if you will, to shoot and score, they did so pretty good. They were 4 of 10 from the field. So 40%, but just 10 attempts. Minster was able to get 7 more shots off. They were 6 of 17. Not quite as bad a percentage as what I thought maybe they would have, but sure, the volume was the advantage there as they swap turnovers here.
Steal for steal. Sadie Niemeyer into the game. That is blocked from behind there by Biederman. It will stay Wildcat basketball.
20-on-20 there as Biederman, number 20 for the Tigers, hustles down the floor to block number 20, Sadie Niemeyer. But the possession, Dave, again, that's a missed field goal, but they're going to get another look at it here. Well, they won't this time with the turnover.
There's Reese again. Up ahead to Kendall Reese, stolen by the Wildcats. Several substitutions will try to catch up on them. And larger in the game. We mentioned about Sadie Niemeyer now with the ball. Also number 30, Kennedy Cordy. Casey Albers and Lydia Mesher back in the game. Coach Mike Wiss has a very deep bench at his disposal. 3-ball, larger, in and out. We'll have a foul on the shot.
Presley Reese will get whistled for the contact, so tough break for her first foul, but 3 free throws.
3 free throws for Anna Larger, a 5'7" junior. probably better known for her defense, a very good defensive player, but she's got 3 attempts here for free throws.
83% from the line, just 6 attempts, but she's made 5 of them. She'll look to increase that number here with three throws.
As a team, Minster shooting only 52% from the free throw line.
With 52 from the line and under 30 from the field, you almost wonder if they'd won any games. But again, that volume and shots and their offensive rebound. You mentioned Barhorse. She averages 9 boards a game. She's come along well, and she has a lot of offensive rebounds to her credit. So
larger 2 of 3, as Meatloaf would say, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. The late great Meatloaf.
You said meatloaf, and I'm thinking mashed potatoes and supper, and then you switch.
We're talking the rock and roll band.
You said meatloaf, I love that. And then you go, yeah, rock and roll, and I do know that song, and yes, the late Meatloaf.
We're always tying the 80s whenever we can. Reese with a left-handed shot. Reichert with the follow.
Well, Reichert, they've just been efficient. They haven't had, all their shots with the amount of turnovers they've had, but when they've gotten the opportunity to shoot the ball, they've been pretty good.
Sadie Niemeyer with the tray. Niemeyer just got varsity action for the first time on Saturday. It's a big 3.
Yeah, she played a lot of JV as Reese misses a shot, but offensive rebound.
Kennedy Cordy with the board. The Wildcats. Wildcats just with 6-point lead. Pass ahead to Albers. She will dribble it out of bounds. Into the game will be Grace Pranger into the game. She replaces Kendall Reese, who just got in for a little bit. So right now the Tigers back to their original starting 5. She mentioned earlier they're not near as deep as what Minster is. Pass underneath, that's stolen away by Albers.
9 Tiger turnovers here in the first half.
Niemeyer trying to drive, will give it up to Albers. Cordy. Too strong. Rebound by Pranger. She is double teamed in the backcourt. Grace able to get out of it as Reese across the timeline. Reese to Reichert. McKinley will shoot 2.
Those girls are classmates, and I think they almost are like sisters. They know where each other's at. I think they just naturally have a feeling of, I know you're going to be there, and they know where to be. In this case, Reichert, find the opening. Reese hit her. They've already connected a couple times with assists to each other tonight. And anytime you get Reichert the basketball around the hoop, good things can usually happen. She's a strong player. She can shoot a jump shot. She is creative and is a good free throw shooter.
3 substitutions for the Wildcats, as there's Morgan Sparks, also Barhorse, McClurg. Minster's probably already played about 9 players.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you. I had 9 marked that have seen action. And speaking about action, 8 different Wildcats scored in the JV game. A couple of them are playing here already. And Niemeyer, Sadie Niemeyer, and Lydia Mesher had some point production in the JV game. But 8 different JV players score. That's pretty good. Usually you get to that level and you have about 1 or 2 good scores. But the Minster was loaded in the JV game.
Shot up by the larger. Rebound Jackson Center, JV game 1 in favor of Minster. 44-8 as they go to 9-0 undefeated. As they have another turnover caused by the Minster defense.
Yeah, the Tigers 6 turnovers in the first quarter, 4 already here, and we're not even halfway through, so 10 already. So the defense has really caused the pressure and the miscues on the Tigers' offense.
When you have a turnover, that means you didn't get a shot, so
Correct.
No opportunity to score anything, and that's what kills you. And there's a nice block by Biederman.
Well, they've had a couple blocks tonight.
Pranger into the trees, will kick it out. Biederman with the tray. Addie Biederman.
It's always kind of nice when you make a great defensive play on the other end like she did. Not only blocking, I believe it was a 3-point shot, getting the rebound, and then the recipient, you cash in a 3-pointer. What a big play there for Addie Biederman, the junior. Tigers, no seniors on the squad.
Mesher high-low, and that's
stripped away?
Yeah.
So turnover?
Turnover there as they tried to go to Barhorst. Some Tiger got that. Reese across the timeline. Faces a double team but finds her teammate Reichert.
I tell you, there's something between those two. They know each other, and give credit to Reese. Didn't put the ball, he's able to throw that diagonal pass in the double team and avoid problems and throwing it to the open receiver. Reichert finishes.
And Tigers retake the lead. They lead 17-16 on our First National Bank scoreboard.
Reichert with 12 points in the ball game.
Barhorst on the wing, working off the screen. Spin move through the lane. She likes to do that. Could not get the roll. Offensive rebound in.
Well, she had a nice move. I thought Jackson Center switched and gave Barhorst a nice opportunity. She missed it, but again, got her own shot and was able to follow back up for second chance points.
Then Barhorst got the steal, and then Coach Wiss with the timeout. Again, all these timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip in Minster, Ohio. NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays tonight's high school varsity basketball action on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. Our replay times are Tuesday, January 2nd at 7 p.m. and Saturday, January 7th at 8 a.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. Back and forth, the lead has gone the last few possessions. Right now, the Wildcats with a 1-point lead.
Yeah, it's been tough to kind of figure it out. I keep thinking that Minster should be in control. They're not yet. I think it's because the defense has forced already 10 turnovers, or 11 now, for the Tigers, so you think it can't get into a flow, but when Jackson hasn't thrown the ball over, they have been able to score at a high percentage. So that's been keeping them in the game. Minster's not, had that many turnovers, but just haven't scored enough of their possessions.
Down low to Barhorst. Trying to find a cutting teammate. Finds Hemmelgarn. Another block by Biederman there. Wildcats recover. Hemmelgarn tries to drive. Has to give it up.
One of the few times the Tigers have had a block shot where they didn't come away with it. I guess the other block shot, it went out of bounds, so Minster got it back. But that one, Minster keeps possession.
Yeah, Jackson Center's had a lot of blocks
At
so
least
far.
3, maybe 4. I know Biederman had the one she kept in play and then later scored on the 3-point shot on the Tigers' offense.
Sparks to Hemmelgarn. She almost cut inside and lost that. Now McClurg. Katie McClurg, the second leader, score at 6 behind Barhorst 10. Hemmelgarn. Tigers are making them work on this possession. Tried to go underneath the mesher, but it goes out of bounds into the Tigers.
Well, I mentioned turnovers. The Minster, I thought, didn't have many. That's their 5th of the quarter, so 7th of the game. So they also here in the quarter. We've had a few possessions, Dave. I know you've said where they swap turnovers. It's been 1 for 1 almost, but Minster now their 7th turnover of the game, the 5th here in a quarter. And again, the Tigers here a chance to take the lead.
Reese to Reichert. We've said that a few times. Reichert not able to get it in. Kloffenstein didn't get the roll on the offensive rebound. Stick back. Hemmelgarn drives. Contact, no call. And we'll have a foul on the rebound against Jackson Center.
I think it was just out of bounds.
Oh.
It went out of bounds. Yep. It'll stay with the Wildcats.
McClurg with the trigger, looking for a teammate all the way on top to Hemmelgarn. Under 2 minutes to go. Wildcats lead by 1 against the Tigers. McClurg. Here to Barhorst. Working through their offense. Good man-to-man defense all game so far by the Tigers. Kicking it out to Hemmelgarn around the perimeter. Minster has their 4 starters plus Hemmelgarn in the game right now, and Tigers are making them work on this possession.
And you got Reichert guarding Barhorst, so very difficult for Barhorst to get any good touches.
Drive to the basket by McClurg. Find an opening.
Nice execution. It took a while, Dave. It's one of those, boy, if you come up scoreless, we talk about how great the Tigers' defense was to force Minster into a missed shot. Now you have McClurg finally split the defense and cashed in, got a bucket after a lengthy possession, made Tigers work on defense.
We're now under a minute. That last possession was over a minute. It's Grace Prenger to Kloffenstein to Reese. Tigers down by 3. Reese lost a handle.
Yeah, kind of got bumped there, all thrown off the mark a little bit, and then just awkward everything and couldn't turn her body to find Reichert. And, it's a turnover, another chance they don't score, but it's a dead ball turnover. Their defense can come back and go to work again against the Minster offense.
Point guard Katie McClurg looked over at Coach Wiss a long time to see if they wanted to run anything special, go for one, but no indication. So they're just running through their offense, coming up on 25 seconds.
I mentioned that matchup last possession with Barhorse and Reichert. Both are number 14. This is them right here. But, you know, Reichert's a strong player. Nice move by Barhorse. And sometimes even the good ones get faked out. Barhorse, what a move, Dave. That, I'm saying Reichert is strong enough to body up with her, but that ball fake got her off rhythm, if you will, and then Barhorse scores the ball, her 8th point.
Down to 5 seconds. Pranger puts up a shot, and that will end our first half of play. On the First National Bank scoreboard, the Minster Wildcats 22, the Jackson Center Tigers 17. We'll take a break as the teams go to the locker room or total up our numbers and return with the second half here on NKTelco Sports.
We are here and here and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
Welcome back. We're at halftime. The Wildcats lead the Tigers 22-17 on our First National Bank scoreboard with our first half numbers. Mr. Jeff Henshin.
Well, thank you, Dave. As we get quite not ready here, I spent too much time talking to you during halftime, but I will give you some of the Minster numbers that I have. You talked about 52% of the Cats shoot from the foul line and 30% from the field on the season. Well, in the first half, they were 2 of 3 from the free throw line, and from the field, 9 of 28, so just above that 30% mark. So a little bit better. They did, I think, pick it up a little bit more towards the end of the half, especially in the second quarter. Barhorse got going a little bit more and scored some points, and in one attempt, they didn't take 2 or 3 looks at it. They came away with points in 1 shot or less, or more efficiently. So they got some buckets near the end, and that helped open them up to now a 5-point lead. It doesn't seem like much. It's been much tighter than that, but a big finish for the Wildcats in a tight game.
Yeah, and some of the individual scoring so far.
I'll give you that as I finish up Jackson Center.
Individual scoring for the Wildcats. Lily Barhorse with 8, Katie McClurg with 5, Sadie Niemeyer with 2, and then you have 4 different players with 2 points, or 3 different players with 2 points, and Lydia Mesher, Anna Larger, and Kayla Lamb. And for the Tigers, you have McKinley Reichert leading the Tigers with 12 points.
And Presley Reese with 2. Addie Biederman with 3. And that should be their total of 17.
So both teams are back on the floor. We'll check the lineups. The Tigers will have the ball. Looks like the same starting lineup that they started with.
Just quickly for the Tigers, Dave, 19 field goal attempts in the first half. That's about 9 less than the Minster got. But the Tigers hit on 7 of them, so a little bit higher percentage, 7 of 19 from the field, just not enough volume with the turnovers they had, which were a total of 11.
It's Pranger with the basketball. Biederman, Kloffenstein, Reichert, and Reese, the 5 starters for Coach Tiffany Brown. Kloffenstein shot rims out. Mesher with the rebound. Quickly ahead, Barhorse can't finish. Kloffenstein with a nice rebound. So working across the timeline.
Tigers shot 36%, Dave, from the field in the first half.
Underneath, Kloffenstein stolen away by Presley Reese, and she loses that handle out of bounds.
Well, nice heads-up play. Sometimes you hang around, people forget about the defense there, and Reese, though, could have come up with a huge play, just couldn't get the handle, so can't quite capitalize on that effort, and this stays with the Wildcats.
Minster starting out with the same starters as started the game. Barhorse, Mesher, down low to Albers, and she's called for 3 seconds, and also rounding out the lineup, Morgan Sparks and Katie McClurg. Again, our starting lineups, as always, brought to you by Emerson Climate Technologies.
8th turnover against the Cats. They had 7 compared to 11 for the Tigers in the first half. Minster in a 3-second violation now with number 8.
Reichert showing some dribbling ability, gives it to Reese, now to Pranger. Pranger has an open lane, and it's tipped away by Barhorse. Sparks came up with it, tried to pass it to a teammate. A little too long, it goes out of bounds.
Well, nice defensive play on the Tigers end, but I thought Pranger did a nice move going to the basket. Unfortunately, had the ball knocked away, but they need someone other than, let's say, Reichert to go at the glass or Presley Reese. So
Reichert is fouled by Morgan Sparks. Sparks usually guards the best guard, and right now she's guarding Reichert here in the second half.
Well, Reichert led the team with 12 points and doesn't necessarily do the point guard duties, but capable of handling the ball. Presley Reese has been handling their duty, and again, no seniors on this Jackson Center squad, so they, are getting a good dose of young underclassmen exposure and doing a nice job with it and getting better every game.
Turnaround shot by Biederman.
Her 5th point of the night.
Cuts the lead within 3. Albers on the wing. Minster 3 and 5. Jackson Center 4 and 4. Underneath, stolen away. Good hands on defense by the Tigers. Reese pushing the tempo. Runner through the lane, finds the bottom of the net.
Well, that floater she shot square on with the right hand. I mentioned she can do the same thing going to the left. That was a tough one. Good defense by the Wildcats, staying and holding their ground, and Reese did a nice job not overrunning the defender.
3 ball by Albers. Casey Albers with a splash shot, resulting in a timeout by Minster. 30 seconds, or a full timeout. We'll step aside. You're watching girls high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Coming out of this precision strip timeout, that was Casey Albers' 5th three-pointer of the season. Stretches the lead back to 4. 6th, Jeff tells me, of the season. Stretches the lead to 4 for the Wildcats.
That was a big shot considering how Presley Reese had scored a teardrop floater the possession before to cut the lead down to 1, and then simply coming right back and hitting a big shot, a three-pointer. Those are always momentum plays. Now the Cats reload and open up like a half-court trapping defense. Good passing by the Tigers. Diagonals. Oh, tough break for Reichert.
She switched her pivot foot when she drove. That's one of those that doesn't look like a lot, but it is traveling, and you'll see it called around our area more than you will outside of our area, but nonetheless, correct call there by the men in stripes. McClurg work around the perimeter. Albers with that 3. There they get it down to Barhorst, working against Reichert. Good matchup. She has to kick it out. Sparks. Again, this Jackson Center defense is only some long possessions for Minster. Albers cuts the basket, blocked from behind, but fouled.
Well, the Tigers have gotten away with blocked shots, probably 3 or 4 of them tonight. That time they whistled for contact across the arm. We'll go against Addie Biederman. Her first foul.
Casey Albers, 5'10" senior, hits the first foul shot. Her leading scoring game of the season was 10 points against Liberty Benton. She rattles home the second one.
62% shooter on the season from the line, 5 of 8 coming in. Hit both of those, like you said. So 5 points for Albers all here in the third quarter.
Trapping pressure. They give it up to Reichert. Prenger trying to look for a teammate. Underneath, Kaufenstein trying to post up. This has been a 5-0 run for Minster. All scored by Casey Albers. Underneath, this is a 3-2 zone and a tough turnaround, and McKinley Reichert lines it in.
And that's, I don't know much more you can say. That's perfect. You know, she caught the ball, turned in rhythm, and shot it. Didn't give the defense really a chance to collapse on her, and she shot it in rhythm and hits her 14th point. Good shot by her against that zone defense.
Stops the run by Minster. Sparks thought she had an opening. Had to reset. There's Barhorse. Double team. Nice help defense by Reichert. They'll call an elbow push there by Barhorst.
Her first foul turnover for the Wildcats, and I'd have to agree. Sometimes you don't see that called, but why is the offense allowed to displace a defensive player? I thought the defense had a pretty good situation to be in, and Barhorst trying to kind of gain some space, just too much contact and a personal foul against Barhorst, her first.
Underneath to Kloffenstein. Turnaround left-hander. Barhorst with the board.
Boy, it was a right move by Kloffenstein, just couldn't get it to finish.
Albers couldn't get the rebound. Barhorst falls to the ground. Looks like she's okay. Rebound to Biederman. There's Reichert, 15-footer, in and out. Albers with the rebound. Minster with a 4-point lead. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Sparks with a shot is in and out. Biederman with the rebound. Pass up ahead to Reichert, and one.
Assist from Presley Reese, and again, those two, again, just work well together, and foot speed by Reichert got her out in front, and Reese fed her with a beautiful pass.
And Jackson Center just beat Minster back on that play as Kayla Lamb into the game. Also number 4, Brooke Clooney with her first action, a 5'6" junior. So a chance that the old-fashioned three-point play by McKinley Reichert already has 16, now 17.
Foul one against Katie McClurg of Minster, her first, team's third of the half.
Jackson Center with a 5-0 run, go within one. Albers thought about a three. Clooney running the point right now. Barhorst, they foul on Reese. Tigers are doing a nice job of collapsing on Barhorst.
Reese picks up her second foul, just a hand swat down, again causes contact. But yes, they've done a nice job. Barhorst has scored 8 points, but she's had to work at them. They've not all been easy, and
she has not scored this quarter. She had 8 at halftime, and Minster had a 5-point lead at halftime, so Jackson Center has made up 4 of those 5 points. We come up on the 2-point mark, 2-minute mark of the third quarter. Clooney gets open for the layup. Brooke Clooney.
Instant offense for the 5'6" junior, and an assist from Barhorst. Good top-down pass, and Clooney, good shot for her getting it off the glass.
Coach Brown with the timeout for the Tigers. Full timeout. This time brought to you by Precision Strip. We'll be right back on NKTelco Sports.
Whether you do business from a corner store or a corner office, there is one asset your business cannot do without: the Internet. Everything from sales and marketing, training and shipping, PR, HR, and R&D, your business relies on a fast, reliable, and secure connection. And now, it's more important than ever to partner with an Internet provider you can trust. Get Flight Fiber for Business, backed by local tech support from NKTelco. Call today.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grapple out.
Dine in or carry out.
Coming out of the precision timeout, called by first-year head coach Tiffany Brown. She has her Tigers just down by 3 late in the third.
Yeah, they haven't been over the hump. They haven't had a lead in a while, but boy, they battled. Both teams have made 5-0 runs here in the third quarter, and big basket by Clooney on the other end. You know, just had gotten into the game. Brooke Clooney took her advantage of it and got a nice look and able to cash in. So Tigers, though, have been doing a much better job taking care of the basketball this quarter.
Minster switches to a zone. Clooney, the rebound off the miss. Pass ahead to Albers. Trying to drive, kicks it up to Clooney. Hand off to Sparks. Wildcats with a 3-point lead. They double down on Barhorst. She gives it up to Albers. Kayla Lamb gives it to Albers as they work it around the perimeter. Not a lot of fouls, only 2 for Jackson Center, 3 for Minster. Go down to Barhorst. There will be a foul on Addie Biederman.
Tough break, just kind of anticipating the pass, but playing it through the defense rather than stepping around. And her second foul for Biederman.
Brooke Clooney gives it up to Barhorst. Clooney tries to get it underneath. There's another steal by Reese. Presley draws a lot of attention, tries to bank it in. Riker with a follow.
Big offensive rebound as those two have done a huge. Reese got the steal, and then Riker, the offensive stick back for bucket, her 19th point of the game.
Clooney will reset it. Coming up on 40 seconds to go in this third quarter. Minster clinging to a 1-point lead. Barhorst tries to split the defenders and they call her for traveling.
Trying to go through Reese and Riker, just didn't work. And tough break there for Barhorst. Just got to feel the pressure and kick out. Someone's got, get rid of it and then get it back. She'll have a couple of seconds here, an extra 37 seconds to get another breather because they're going to need her in the fourth quarter.
Kennedy Cordy in for Barhorst is Reichert. No trouble bringing up the basketball. Minster was in a zone the last couple of possessions. Now back to man. As Reese down to 22. Tigers might be going for 1 here. Reese trying to dribble the right side. Through the lane, left-handed shot. And there's Kloffenstein with position. Misses once, but not the second time. Tigers with the lead down the last few seconds. Up ahead to Lamb. Isn't aware of the clock. And we've played 3 quarters of basketball. The home team, the Jackson Center Tigers, lead by 1. We'll be back with the fourth quarter when we return on NKTelco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement. We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
We go to the fourth quarter on our First National Bank scoreboard. The Jackson Center Tigers lead the Minster Wildcats by 1.
What we talked about in the first half, Dave, Jackson Center, a lot of turnovers, not many shot attempts. Completely flipped in the third quarter. Minster just 2 of 5 from the field, only 5 shots attempted from the field. Jackson Center 6 of 14. That's just under 50%. And the ones they missed, they were able to get some key offensive rebounds. A big one there to close it out by Macy Kloffenstein, but 6 of 14 from the field for the Tigers, just 2 of 5 for the Wildcats, and Tigers have a 1-point lead, outscoring them 13-7 in the third quarter.
A lot of different Wildcats. Clooney stays in the game as well as Cordy, but you have Anna Larger, Katie McClurg, Kayla Lamb stays in the game. Minster has played 10. Jackson Center's only played 6 so far. Can that make the difference as we go down this stretch? We will see. McClurg finds an opening with a runner. The senior hits a big shot.
Well, it's a tough shot, when you have been struggling, let's say from offense, but McClurg able to get the floater in, and she now has 7 points in the game.
Reese gives it up to Biederman. Running shot, in and out. There's Reichert. Gives the lead back to Jackson Center.
I usually keep track of this. That's got to be at least 6 points for sure on offensive rebounds the Tigers have cashed in on.
21 now for Reichert. Lamb with a big shot.
Well, that's a tough shot. Baseline. Again, your team's been struggling scoring the ball, and you hit a baseline jumper. She now has 4 points for the 5'10 junior.
Minster goes to their trapping defense. Biederman had a good shot. In and out. McClurg with the basketball. Up ahead to Lamb. Thought about it. Gives it up to Cordy. Barhorse is at the scorer's table, trying to check in. So McClurg will pull it back out. There's Cordy to Clooney. Lamb back to McClurg. Another runner by McClurg. This one's short. Rebound to Jackson Center. Pass ahead to Prenger. Grace tried to save it. Felt kind of awkward, but it looked like she is all right. Turnover gives it to the Wildcats as Barhorse back in the game. Also Lindy Hemmelgarn and Morgan Sparks. So 3 substitutions. They've made 3 substitutions at that time. That's more than what Jackson Center's done all night.
Yes, you're right. And that last pass here by Reese, a little bit too much for Prenger to run down. That's just a third turnover of the half for the Tigers. Minster committed 6 in the third quarter, but that's a style the Tigers like to want to do. Push the tempo, get those, let's say, transition points, if you will, on those opportunities.
Presley Reese kicks it out of bounds. Tigers coming off a 6-17 season, have won 3 of 4 now. They stand at 4-4. Will they be able to push their record to above 500 after tonight? We shall see. They're in a dogfight right now with perennial powerhouse Minster Wildcats.
And Minster 3-5, correct? So a win would put them at 500.
3-5 would put them at 4-5.
They don't have identical records then.
McClurg, and she dribbles on the baseline. Another good defense by the Tigers.
Well, they force the good defense again, forces Minster into kind of becoming maybe just a little bit impatient. It's been they've had to work hard on their offense.
Reichert has brought the ball up against pressure a lot this second half. Biederman almost walked, hands it off to Reese. Tigers down by 1. Biederman, that's a block by Barhorse, and she gets fouled by Biederman. That was a very athletic play. Barhorse didn't seem that close, but she's so long and can jump.
2-point or 3-point block?
3-point.
Okay, Biederman looked away, and the action happened. So there the Wildcats get not only the good defense, get the rebound, and the third foul against Addie Biederman. She has 5 points on the night. She's one of the leading scorers, her and Reichert, for the Tigers this year.
Hemmelgarn thought about it a long one. Well, you get the feeling about every possession is so critical both ways.
Yeah, your 1-point game, you're down the last 4.5 minutes, so your mistakes become very much magnified if you have one, or you want to be very careful here. The chances are getting limited.
Barhorse against Reichert has to kick it out. Hemmelgarn's open for a 3. There's a block by Biederman. Addie to the hole with a nice basket. Lead back to the Tigers.
Again, another block shot, and not a layup. I mean, that's usually when you think of block shots, but these have been perimeter shots, and Biederman's had a couple of them, and both times, this time she got the rebound herself and scored. The last time was a 3-point make.
Quick shot by McClurg. Rebound by Mesher. Kicks it out to Barhorst. Under 4 minutes to go. Barhorst In the lane, offensive foul.
Yep, they saw her extend her arm a little bit. She kind of maybe lost balance in her spin, and we get called for her second foul. Both of her fouls have been offensive fouls. So each team with 4 fouls.
Now the Tigers with the ball and a 1-point lead. Reichert over to Reese. Presley with a tray. Good rebound by Hemmelgarn. Sparks trying to get a quick basket. Was stopped on her way to the basket. Pranger will pull up with a shot. Rebound Hemmelgarn. So some opportunities for both teams. There's a 2-on-1. Hemmelgarn with a layup.
Boy, the past few possessions have been like a track meet. Other times each team takes about 30, 40 seconds, it seems like, to run offense. And then all of a sudden we'll get in a rut where it's catch and go and fire.
That was probably the first fast break basket for the Wildcats, and they tip away and get a steal again. Now Wildcats with the ball in the 1-point lead. Under 3 to go. 35-34 on our First National Bank scoreboard. Mesher underneath is Sparks. Off-balance shot is short. Rebound by Reese, and she is fouled by Sparks. That'll be the 15th foul.
Well, one thing with Reese, we don't have the heights listed on the program for us, but she's a taller player, long arms, and when she gets it, she can go. It's tough to catch her. You know, she can get the ball and go out and beat people down the floor.
Another timeout brought to you by Precision Strip, called by Jackson Center. You're watching girls high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Kemmler Orthopedic Center is focused on a personalized, caring approach to treat all aspects of orthopedics, including total joint replacement, shoulder reconstruction, stem cell injections, and more. Dr. James Kemmler and Jed Cooney, certified PA, are dedicated to providing the best orthopedic care in the Grand Lake region. Kemmler Orthopedic Center has offices located in Salina and Van Wert, along with extended evening hours. To schedule an appointment, call our office at 419-586-5760.
2:39 to go on our First National Bank scoreboard, and we got a good one tonight as the Wildcats lead the Tigers by just 1 point, 35-34.
It's been a battle, no doubt, and you talk about possessions are getting limited now. A lot of time left, a 1-point game, but these teams now have got to really sharpen the pencils and make sure they are on the same page with each other, because it's getting that much closer in the ball game. It'll be Tigers basketball here. They'll have 2 timeouts left. Coach Wiss will have 3 timeouts left.
Reichert, pull-up jumper is short. Sparks with the rebound.
Probably a design play. Maybe they wanted, because it seemed like Reichert made her mind up. She had a tough shot, but a high-quality shot, just left it short.
Very quick shot out of the timeout. Alber's back in the lineup with the basketball. Minster's had to run some long possessions here, caused by this Jackson Center defense. There's Barhorst at the lane. Has not scored in the second half. Working against Reichert. Kick it out to Albers.
It's like she wants to turn and spin and go up, but just can't get it with the defense on her.
Almost a steal, and good job by McClurg to meet the pass to stop the steal. You hear that in football more than basketball sometimes.
But it's a key point. It seems like a lot of times the offensive players are standing still.
And there's a steal.
Biederman, boy, she's blocked some shots tonight. She not only deflects that one, but comes up with a steal. So great play by Biederman.
Jackson Center with a chance to take the lead with a basket. Biederman turnaround. There's Reichert. The Tigers back on top.
Well, Carl Biederman's was a shot. It almost could go down as a pass because she knew she had Reichert on the other side. Reichert comes up with her 23rd point.
Another timeout on the floor, full timeout. We'll keep it right here. We'd like to thank some of our additional sponsors, Burke Petroleum, Chiltex LLC, Seishrudem Incorporated, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Park National Bank, Securicom, St. Henry Bank. Our keys to the game are brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Starting lineups sponsored by Emerson Climate Technologies. All these timeouts like this one brought to you by Precision Strip. Jeff and I will pick a player of the game sponsored by NKTelco. Our Jackson Center Live View sponsor is Allen Ball Insurance. And on our First National Bank scoreboard, the Tigers with a 1-point lead with 1:11 to go.
They haven't had the lead often tonight. They took it once earlier here in the fourth quarter, about midway through. Minster came back and got it back. But other than that, they've played from behind. At all the quarter breaks, they've been down, but they just keep working at it. And Minster, is taking a blow, and they've bounced back as well. So it's going to come down to the positive plays. Now you got a minute left to go. Who's going to come up with a positive effort and who's going to force a negative one.
Yeah, Jackson Center has led several times, but I don't think they've ever had a lead more than one.
Yes, that's probably better well said. And again, you're looking at a squad that's played, 6 players? Yeah, Kendall Reese has gotten in a little bit, but they've basically had the same 5 on the court.
And Minster, all the starters have had a break at some point in the game, a significant break, so we'll see if that makes a difference. Either way, on a minute to go, Albers to Barhorst. Barhorst against Reichert, spin move. That time Barhorst able to get the shot, could not get it to fall, but has 2 shots.
And that's that move where it looked like she wanted to try to do it other times. Go down to the right, spin, then go up. Didn't do it recently. This time, though, she goes up and picks a foul up against Macy Kluffenstein. 2 big free throws coming up here for Barhorst.
Barhorst rattled it out. She struggled earlier this season on free throws. She was 6 of 6 against Anna on Saturday. And this is a big foul shot coming up here with a chance to tie. And we are tied. 36-36.
Each team with 2 timeouts left. Each team with 5 team fouls. So Minster could foul, and prevent. They could foul and force Jackson Center to take it back out again and reload if they get down to that point.
Jackson Center's bugaboo in the first half was their turnovers. They've cut that down.
Just 4 here in the half. 11 in the first half.
Reese thought about it. We're down to 28 seconds. Do the Tigers, do you go for one?
Well, I bet they're going to take a timeout here. Well, there's a foul. Not really a big harm. It's just the 6th team foul, so it won't be a shooting foul.
The only harm it does is the next foul puts it 1-1. So 22 seconds to go. Both teams have 2 fouls. Coach Brown will call a timeout, full timeout. We're going to keep it right here. Once again, mention NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity basketball game on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. Replay times are Tuesday, January 2nd at 7 p.m. Also Saturday, January 7th at 8 a.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and nktelco.com/sports. The wheels turn here, these 2 coaches. You have the veteran Mike Wiss. You have the first-year coach Tiffany Brown. We'll see how it plays. Coach Wiss, Minster, the last couple of years, they have switched a lot of times, have switched to 1-3-1 zone defense. You see that coaches do that a lot.
During a timeout. Or following a timeout.
Right, because Jackson Center's drawing up a play on a man-to-man defense. Mix it up. We'll see what happens here. It's been a great basketball game here at Jackson Center tonight.
Yeah, you just don't know what to expect. It's kind of a chess match here. You prepare your team, and you hope you have them in the right situations. Well, sometimes, you got to go on the fly and realize, hey, it's different, how we're going to attack, and a lot to think about with some pressure on you. So you just have to take care of the basketball, and, Jackson Center can hold it and shoot for the last shot if they have to.
Do you hold it for the last shot? Do you go for the first good shot? They've had trouble with turnovers, so if you hold it too long, so we will see how it plays out. High school girls basketball at its best here tonight. Reese with the basketball to Reichert. Looks like they're trying to be patient as Reichert looks to the clock.
She looked there a couple times. 10 seconds left.
10 seconds. Might be an isolation play. Sparks reaching in.
She can pull up and hit a jumper. Oh, she traveled.
She traveled.
Kind of got tangled up a little bit. Couldn't explode like she was preparing to because she can pull up and hit a jumper, which is tough to stop, but got kind of tangled up. Good defense by the Wildcats.
Now Minster's ball is Coach Wiss will call a timeout as he will try to draw up a play with 4.2 seconds to go. Back in 2017 in Coach Wiss's first year, probably the biggest game in this rivalry, Minster played Jackson Center in the regional final. A little bit of an upset that year. Jackson Center knocked off a very good Minster squad that year, went to state that year. Since that time, Jackson Center has had 5 straight losing seasons, but tonight they've gone toe-to-toe, and right now it's switched the other way, and at the Minster now on the offense, you don't have to worry about going for the last shot. This is the last shot.
It is, and again, now Jackson Center just has 5 fouls, so you know, if someone's driving, you obviously don't want to foul in the act of shooting, but, you know, if you can foul the person out around the perimeters or making a move, you'll force Minster to take it back out. Now, I saw North Carolina beat Ohio State with hardly any time left out of bounds, but
the key is if you can get the pass where you get it, they're going to try to get McClurg and get her moving and get it down the court.
Each team with a timeout left.
McClurg up ahead to Sparks. She'll put up a long shot, just misses, hits the front of the rim. We will go to overtime, 36-36. We'll be back with bonus basketball when we return on NKTelco Sports.
We are here, and here, and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
We go to overtime on our First National Bank, 36, 32 minutes of basketball wasn't enough to decide it so far. We'll play at least 4 more.
Yeah, it was quite a battle. Each team had an opportunity. Jackson Center really couldn't capitalize on theirs. They kind of had the turnover on a good defense by the Wildcats, forcing Reichert into the travel. But then, boy, Minster within about an inch and a half of ending this thing on a not desperation, but a long three-pointer by Morgan Sparks, and they got just what they needed, going at the basket, and she had it was a distance shot, but boy, it looked good when left her hand, hit the front of the rim, no good. We're into bonus coverage. Each team will gain an extra timeout, so now each team again will have 2 timeouts to use during this overtime.
Dan Holland will toss it up again between Barhorse and Klopfenstein. Minster with it. McClurg across the timeline. A little mix-up between the two teams on which way they're going. They keep going the same direction they did the whole half. And there's an offensive foul. Sparks away from the ball.
The overtime is not another quarter. It's just an extension of the 4th period. So, but it does start with the jump ball, and other than that, it's just like it's the 4th quarter right now.
That was the 7th team foul, but that was a player control foul, so you don't shoot it. So it's Jackson Center with their first opportunity here in overtime. Reichert with 23 points. He's been handling the ball more in the second half. Klopfenstein back to McKinley. Again, Sparks will kick it into the corner. Biederman will drive. Barhorse will rebound.
That was a good shot by Biederman, but she's left-handed, so she actually shot that one right-handed going into the basket. Doesn't go in, but tough shot for the left-hander.
Barhorse drives baseline and draws the foul, and Lily Barhorse will be back at the line to shoot 2.
1 of 2 from the line. Those were here late in the fourth quarter. She hit 1 of 2. And again, if she has a downfall in her game right now, it's her free throw percentage. She'd like to hit it at a higher percentage. Has a chance here, though, to score.
It's the friendly roll, hit the front of the rim. The rotation took it through the net.
2 of 3 in the game for Barhorse. She's down double figures with 10 points.
Kayla Lamb will do an offense-defense with Casey Albers as well as Anna Larger with McClurg. Second free throw by Barhorst. She's now with 11, a 2-point lead for the Wildcats. Reichert across the timeline against Sparks. Biederman. We're in overtime if you're just joining us now. Cut to the basket by Reese. Tipped out of, it'll stay in bounds. Pranger comes up with it.
Nice job by the Tigers. Big play to keep another possession alive. They trail by 2. Need to get a basket here to stay with pace with the Tigers, or with the Wildcats.
Pass underneath to Kloffenstein. Didn't force a shot. They'll reset. Reichert on the left wing. 2:15. Reese will drive to the basket from the right-handed side. I think Barhorse had part of that.
Yeah, I thought Barhorse got a piece of that shot, and Wildcats come away with the defensive rebound.
Sparks will pull it out. She's the point guard right now as McClurg on the bench. Mesher to Barhorst to run through the offense. Sparks will let the 3 go, in and out. Tipped out of bounds will stay with Minster, and that gives Minster an opportunity to put their offensive players back in.
Yeah, and keep the ball. Like I said, that's a big out of bounds play, or possession there. It stops the clock, your offense in, and
McClurg and Albers substituting for Larger and Lamb. Mesher, Minster with the ball and a 2-point lead. Coming up on a minute and a half to go, so they don't have to be in any hurry at all. Barhorse worked through it. No lazy passes can Minster afford against this Jackson Center defense.
And at some point, if Jackson Center does foul, it will be free throws.
McClurg picks up her dribble. Now Albers, it could be a 5-second call. She doesn't dribble it, and Coach Wist anticipates the same and calls a quick timeout. Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors. First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, Unoxa Supply, Pratt Industries, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, Allen Ball Insurance, and NKTelco. This timeout, as always, brought to you by Precision Strip, and we are now under a minute to go. Only 2 points scored in overtime by the Minster Wildcats.
Those came on free throws from Lily Barhorse, and Minster's had the ball here for over a minute. It seems like, they're content. They've got guards that can handle the pressure. Now, if Jackson Center tightens up, it could be a different story, but the past minute or so, it's been somewhat passive defense just kind of there, but now look for some more pressure on the ball.
And you talked about the next foul. There's 6 fouls on Jackson Center, be 1-1. Nobody has more than 3 fouls for either team.
Addie Biederman, number 20 for the Tigers, does have 3 fouls, so if they have to foul, you would like for someone other than Addie Biederman to do that.
Also, it looks like Presley Reese as well with 3 fouls, according to the scoreboard.
Oh, yep.
So
she fouled Barhorse the last time they were down there. So
it's easier said than done if you're Minster to just hold the ball. They're going to have to work for every pass. They're able to get it in, and And the pressure has tightened up a bit. Reese right on McClurg.
You mentioned Minster as a team shooting just 52% free throws, and sometimes you wonder how much time you want to exert.
And that almost went to the backboard, but it was tipped. Barhorse with an opening kicks it out. They're just playing keep away now.
And how much you want to chase and wear yourself out. Sometimes if you commit to foul, you put a team that's shooting 52% as a team on the line. So, at some point you're like, hey, let's save our energy. Hopefully they miss, and we got some energy, gas left to go on offense.
And Riker did just that. She saw Barhorse opening. She thought this is the opportunity to do that.
Defensive specialists, if you will, come in.
Lamb and larger. Barhorse been 3 of 4 here late.
Yeah, the only 4 she's taken in this game were here in the fourth quarter, late in the fourth, and then earlier here in the overtime. This is 1+1.
And she drains it. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
You mentioned she made 6 in a row, correct?
Against Anna last. She was 6 of 6 on Anna, if I'm recalling right. This just 3 days ago on Saturday. This would make it a 2-possession game if she can hit this. Biederman with the rebound. There's a reach-in foul by Lamb, so Biederman will have a chance to shoot free throws with the clock stopped.
Yeah, tough break for the Cats there. They're already in the bonus, so that does give the Tigers now a chance to score with the clock stopped. But Biederman, one of the leading scorers on the team, has 7 points on the night, has not attempted a free throw. In fact, Jackson Center has only attempted 3 foul shots.
1-1 here by Addie Biederman. Junior.
Thunk. Off the mark there, tough shot.
Mesher with the rebound. Now Tigers are going to have to foul. They foul McClurg. And a little bit of talking there. There'll be fouls on this end. I always like it when a player like McClurg wanted the ball. She wanted to be fouled. And she's going to go to the line to shoot a 1-1.
I think Riker was challenging whether or not there was a foul or a jump ball.
They kind of reached around, too, there.
I thought maybe they were going to call it on the girl from behind, but they actually call it on Riker, her 3rd foul.
So another 1-1 here by McClurg. She hits it. Now a 2-possession game as Minster has stretched the lead to 4.
Minster had an overtime game this year earlier against Fort Loramie, double overtime game. And Coach Wish's team got beaten. Fort Loramie didn't score a field goal in either overtime periods. Well, Minster, if they can hold on here, a little bit of time to go, currently has scored 5 points in the overtime, but all of them have come from the foul line.
Timeout on the floor by Jackson Center. This one brought to you by Precision Strip. It'll be another 30-second timeout. Again, we will pick a player of the game, sponsored by NKTelco. Our starting lines are brought to you by Emerson Climate Technologies. Keys to the game, sponsored by Keyhole Pizza. Our Jackson Center Live View sponsors, Allen Ball Insurance. Our starting lineups are brought to you by Emerson Climate Technologies. On our First National Bank scoreboard in overtime, Minster leads by 5.
Yeah, it's been a battle, and time now. The Tigers have got to go. Offense, they're down 5. Time's running out with 23 seconds. They haven't scored yet in the overtime. And you go back to the end of the fourth quarter where the game was not up at 36-all. They had the ball with about a minute and a half to go, I think, and kind of held on to it and called timeout. Maybe it wasn't quite a minute and a half, but they had it for a long time, called timeout, and ultimately didn't get a shot off before giving it to Minster and letting them finish it. But it's been a while since they've scored.
Yes. And with down by 5, they need to score quick here. They need to get it across timeline, get a decent shot, and put it up because they're just running out of time if they don't do that.
They do have a timeout left, I'm pretty sure, so they can easily score, call timeout, and then foul the Cats or go for the steal. But they got to first things first is get a shot off and score.
They go to Biederman. She'll do the 3. Rebound, Ballhorse just reaches above everybody. Down to 11 seconds. Minster just will try to dribble this away. It's been quite a battle here, and the Minster Wildcats are going to prevail. The final score on our First National Bank scoreboard, Minster 41, Jackson Center 36. We'll take a very quick break. We'll be back to wrap it up here on NKTelco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Welcome back here to Jackson Center. We've had a good girls high school basketball game, and in overtime, Minster wins 41-36 as they score the only points in overtime. All 5 points. It was 36-36 going in overtime. Minster scores all 5 points on the free throw line as they prevail to go to 4-5 on the season. Jackson Center, with the loss, falls to 4-5, matching records now for both teams. I'd like to thank our sponsors for bringing you this high school basketball game. Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Pratt Industries, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, Allen Ball Insurance, and NKTelco. Our Keys to the Game sponsor is Keyhole Pizza. Scoreboard sponsor is First National Bank, Think First. Starting lineups are brought to you by Emerson Climate Technologies. All our timeouts sponsored by Precision Strips. Player of the game sponsored by NKTelco. Our Jackson Center Live View sponsor is Allen Ball Insurance. Some of additional sponsors making these telecasts possible: Burke Petroleum, Chiltex LLC, Seisch Ruderman Incorporated, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Park National Bank, SecureCom, and St. Henry Bank. Our replay times for tonight's game on NKTelco Channel 3 and HD and Channel 503. The replay times are Tuesday, January 2nd at 7 p.m. or Saturday, January 7th at 8 a.m. You'll also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. Minster now will take a break over Christmas. They will come back and play Arcanum, who was a regional team last year. They will go into the break winning 2 in a row after a 4-game losing streak. They are 4-5 on the season. For the Jackson Center Tigers, this loss snaps a 2-game losing streak. They will play at Fairlawn on just Thursday, the 22nd. Then they have 4 straight home games: Houston, Covington, Russia, and Versailles, before they finally go back on the road January 10th. So after they play Fairlawn, they'll come back from the Christmas break with a homestand right here at Jackson Center. We'll have all the games, boys and girls, streamed all season long here at Jackson Center. With our final numbers, Mr. Jeff Henson.
Thank you, Dave. Field goal shooting for the Minster Wildcats. They shot 12 of 31 from 2-point shots, 12 of 31, 3 of 12 from beyond the arc. For the game, then 15 of 43 for the Wildcats. For the Jackson Center Tigers, 15 of 40 2-point shooting, just 1 of 7 3-point shooting, total 16 of 47. So the volume for each team kind of even out. Minster attempted 43 shots. Jackson Center attempted 47. Minster made 15. Jackson Center made 16. The key to the game kind of came down to the free throws. Minster 10 of 13 for a team shooting 52%. Connect on 10 of 13 in the game. That included 8 of 10 in the 6 of 8 in that overtime/fourth quarter period. So very good job for the Cats. 10 of 13 from the line. Jackson Center only 4 attempts. They made 3 of them. Rebounding, the Wildcats had 30 rebounds, 10 of which were offensive. Jackson Center very close at 29, and 11 of those which were offensive. Very similar stats there. Each team kind of cashed in with some of those opportunities for putback buckets. Turnovers, Minster committed 17 for the game, and Jackson Center 16. Boy, these stats are very, very similar. The key difference, though, the free throws attempted and made. 10 of 13 for Minster, 3 of 4 for the Tigers. Scoring for Jackson Center, McKinley Reichert leads all scorers. She finishes with game-high honors of 23 points, 12 in the first and 11 in the second. 7 points from Addie Biederman, 4 from Presley Reese, 2 from Macy Klopfenstein, their total of 36. For the Wildcats, Lily Barhorse leads them with a dozen points, 12 for her, 9 from Katie McClurg, 5 from Casey Albers, 4 from Kayla Lamb, 3 from Sadie Niemeyer, and 2 apiece from the following 4 girls: Brooke Clooney, Lydia Mesher, Anna Larger, and Lindy Himmelgarn, their total of 41.
Yeah, both these teams, the record is 4-5 after this. It's been a great ball game. It wasn't just the last part that was close. It was close about the whole time. There was back and forth, several lead changes. Minster, more of the game led by more. At times, I think, had a 5, maybe a 7-point lead. A lot of times they seemed like they were up 3-5. Jackson Center several times were up by 1 and
just couldn't get over
just
the
couldn't
hump.
get quite. They had an opportunity towards the end. I think they had a design play to milk it to the end or not. That didn't come through. Minster, as you mentioned, just hit the big foul shots down the stretch.
Yes.
As you looked at stats.
Even ball game. I mean, you're splitting hairs. Some of the numbers eerily just within 1 here or there. But it comes down to the free throw shooting, and Minster comes through. They didn't shoot very well as a team on the season. They come through tonight, 10 of 13, if I did my math correctly. And, one of those girls that hit it pretty well was Lily Barhorse. Not a great free throw shooter on season, and came through tonight, hit 4 of 6, all those coming in the fourth quarter. So we talk about crunch time. She came through when it mattered the most, but hit some big free throws for the Wildcats.
Yeah, one more last order of business. Our player of the game sponsored by NKTelco.
Here we're going to go with, number 14 for the Wildcats, Lily Barhorse, 5'11 junior. She had 8 points in the first half, did so on 4 of 6 shooting. Very good field goal shooting. Only took 1 field goal attempt in the second half. Jackson Center really contained her, but when it came down to the final plays of the game, it was her that had the chance, her that hit the free throws, her that hit the shots, and helped that margin of victory prevail for the Wildcats.
Yeah, she was the one who tied up the free throws, and she was on the line. She was down by 1.
Yep.
And she missed the first one. I always think that's the hard one, to hit the second one after you miss it like that.
Yeah, that was her. She missed the first one, and we were talking about, her percentage, and she made the next one and made 3 more in a row before missing her final attempt. But those were crunch times. Give credit to Katie McClurg, hit a couple, but those were more when it was already a possession or so lead. It's still important, but we'll go ahead and give it to Lily Barhorse. She was, hounded pretty well on defense, but boy, when she got the opportunity, made some good decisions, scored 12 points to lead her team, hit those big free throws down the stretch.
Congratulations to Lily Barhorse. Congratulations to Minster Wildcats as they prevail in overtime. Our final on our First National Bank scoreboard, 41-36 in overtime. For my partner, Jeff Henshin, I'm Dave Kanapke. Thanks for watching on NKTelco Sports.